Okay, I am back, and it is now time for the much-awaited school stuff. Starting off with home ec, with Mr. Saguaro. I don't want to let this get too far ahead of me, because this is what I did when I played on Violet. I let the classes get away from me a little bit too much, and I was way fucking behind. Sorry, I just bumped my microphone. I was so fucking far behind, it was ridiculous. So, yeah. I see we have some energetic young ones in our class this time around. You may call me Mr. Saguaro. Your time here will, with me will be spent obtaining knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life. Many of you have left the care of your parents to live here on your own in the academy dormitory. I pray that the knowledge I impart to you will improve the quality of your lives and the necessities thereof, food, clothing, and shelter. Of those three categories, I assume the most pressing and interesting for you all is food. When you eat sandwiches on your picnics, the HP of your party Pokemon will be restored. You also gain something called meal powers, which can provide all manner of benefits. For example, these powers can make Pokemon easier to catch or increase the experience points that your Pokemon receive. I think you will also find that the breadth of these effects can be expanded by crafting sandwiches of superb flavor. What's more, there is a certain something that is particularly important if we wish to receive meal powers with even more helpful effects. Let me see, Miss Chris, tell me, what must you keep in mind to receive even more helpful meal powers? It's choice of fillings and condiments. Perfectly correct. Perhaps you were already aware of this fact from having helped your family with cooking at home. I like how there's Arvin on the left there. Your choice of ingredients, including both fillings and condiments, is an important factor in gaining even more helpful meal powers. For example, using sweet ingredients in your sandwiches may help you gain egg power. Including numerous bitter ingredients, on the other hand, can gain item drop power. Learning to aim for specific effects when crafting sandwiches will almost certainly make your culinary endeavors more enjoyable. Please be aware, however, that you can also receive meal powers by eating at restaurants. I must say that I would feel the utmost joy if you all learned much here in my class and came to better understand home ec. Time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. So, when I did this originally, I did classes when I had like 5 fucking gyms done, so I do not want to get that far behind. What I'm going to do is every 2 gyms I do, I'm going to come back and do classes. I'm already 3 behind. We're going to take home ec again. We're going to do all of these in reverse order. However, I am going to save... Which one was it for last? Math. I'm going to save math for last. Would like home ec with Mr. Saguaro? Yes. Class will begin. Don't be tardy. Okay. Put away your phones, it is time to begin class. In our last class, I believe we talked about the effects you can gain from food on your picnics. You can receive meal powers and even restore HP for all the Pokemon in your party. It is a really convenient means of healing your Pokemon. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you are aware, it is not suited for use in battles. You cannot make food or when you wish to restore HP quickly. This whole episode, I'm going to record every single class. This episode, if you do not care, you do not have to watch, by the way. I should have said that sooner. If you don't care about the class stuff, you can just skip over this episode. I don't care. But this is part of the game. I'm going to do it. If you want to watch it, great. If you don't, just go to the next episode. Doesn't matter. In times such as those, you should make use of healing items such as potions, which you can purchase from Pokemarts or the school store. Healing items are immediately effective and can be used any time that you can open your bag. They are, however, consumed after one use. Potions restore 20 HP, Super Potions restore 60 HP, and Hyper Potions restore 120 HP. Used to restore 200. Miss that. The pricier the item, the more HP it will restore. Keep in mind how much money you have when you're stocking up on these items. However, unforeseen happenings are an inextricable part of traveling from place to place. Imagine, if you will, the following scenario. Find yourself with injured Pokemon, but you have no potions, you are out of sandwich ingredients, and there are no Pokemon centers nearby. Tell me, Miss Chris. What should you search for when in a perilous situation with no way to heal your Pokemon? Items on the ground. Perfectly correct. I see you are well learned in survival techniques. If you see something shiny on the ground, it is actually an item that has been dropped there. You may be able to find a restorative item such as an Oran Berry or a potion in this way. You can use the R button to send out your Pokemon to pick up such. And then there are berries, of course. Berries, by the way, aren't like items from shops. If you let your Pokemon hold one, it will decide on its own when to eat the berry during battle. Letting your Pokemon decide this timing for itself can be quite interesting. It decides to eat it whenever your health drops to yellow, so yeah. At any rate, if you find yourself in need of healing, I suggest that you look around for shining items. If you can't find such items, there are other methods you may employ for healing your— but I see the bell demands. That topic, wait. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. This is going to be a very long episode, more than likely, just so you know. Because this is literally everything in school that I have not done yet. Just in any classes? Yes. Home Ec 3. You'd like Home Ec 3 with Mr. Saguaro? Yes. Class will begin shortly, don't be tardy. Put away your phones, it is time to begin class. In my last class, I taught about HP restoration. However, after class, I was asked by several about power points, commonly known as PP. When a Pokemon loses all of its HP, Ancient can no longer battle. What then happens to Pokemon when it loses all of its power points? It can't use moves. It can, but it uses something called Struggle, which is a typeless move. Perfectly correct. Perhaps you know this from first-hand experience. Yes, actually, I learned that in Generation 1 when I was trying to beat the Elite Four and I couldn't fucking beat Agatha every single goddamn time I lost to her with a level 65 Clefable that had Psychic. Every single fucking time I lost to her. Well, not every time. There are some times where I got past her, made it to Lance, and then he kicked my ass because I had no healing items, no money, and no PowerPoint restoration items. I literally couldn't beat the game at that point. It was done. So, yeah, I've never actually truly beat Pokemon Yellow the legitimate way. I have beaten Pokemon Yellow, but I used a Nidoking and I used the speedrun strats for X attack, so I haven't beat it legitimately, but I have beat it. When a Pokemon runs out of power points, it can no longer use its moves. However, each move has its own store of PP, so you can mitigate PP loss by using a variety of moves rather than just one repeatedly. If a Pokemon loses all power points for all of its moves, it will only be able to use Struggle, an action that also damages the Pokemon that uses it. It does a lot of fucking recoil damage, by the way. In order to avoid this predicament, PP can be restored at Pokemon centers along with HP. I believe it does a quarter of your health in recoil damage. Items such as Ethers and Max Ethers can also be used to restore power points. Be careful not to confuse potions with Ethers in the heat of battle. However, Ethers are not sold at shops, so you should use them judiciously if you find them. The stronger the move, the lower its maximum power points. Do not waste uses of these moves unless you wish to quickly run out of power points. It is important to find a balance in a Pokemon set of moves. As you can see, HP isn't the only thing you must keep an eye on while adventuring with Pokemon. Hope that you all take care to ensure that your partner Pokemon can perform at their best as you each engage in the treasure hunt. I have got the hiccups, I apologize. Our time together has come to an end for today. Our next meeting will be an exam day. Be sure to review well in preparation. Can I just actually take the exam without having to go and do another gym? I have to do that. Ah, nice. Awesome, I want to do this exam right now. I actually really like the exams in this, they're fun. It just covers everything that you've already talked about though, so they're not that hard. It's like real school. The time has come to test how well you all have learned here in my class. Let's begin before the information simmering in your brains from a last-minute cram session fades. Which is not an effective a picnic meal? Increasing speed. Which of the following affects the kinds of meal powers from a particular meal? The power test. Things and condiments. Which of these berries can restore a Pokemon's HP? Cranberry, Leonardo wanted his Pokemon to decide on own when to use its battle, so he gave it Noranberry. This will work as he hoped. The removes run out of power points and can no longer be used. If Pokemon runs out of PP, all of its moves, I'm having a hard time. If a Pokemon runs out of PP for all its moves, it can only sit there in frustration. False. Uses struggle. Right? I don't know if I got any of those wrong or not. The time for answering questions has come to an end. Please stop writing. Hope you all were able to give the examination everything you had. Please remember to ask for your scores at the front desk before leaving. That was 10 minutes for one fucking class. It's going to be all of the classes, so this is probably going to be an hour-long episode. Feels great to get a test out of the way, doesn't it? Let's look at your results. Must get 3 questions to pass the midterm exams and 4 questions to pass the final. See how you did in your home ec test. 5, okay. That's also beneficial. That's another reason why it's beneficial. Okay. Time for art. I'm actually going to skip over this class. I'm just gonna sort of skip through it fast because the art class is boring as fuck. Like, actually really, really boring. So I'm just gonna sort of click through the text boxes. Greetings, I'm Hassel. Let me be candid. Imagine that many of you forget all that you learned in this class once you graduate. After all, you don't need any artwork. Our teachers find appreciating for you to do for most exams or jobs. So is my class a waste of time for you then? I think not, at least I certainly hope it isn't. Think for a moment, all of you, what is beauty anyway? What makes it? Beholder. Interesting, thank you. Oh, I don't mean to suggest that there's a correct answer to my query. The important thing is that you all take time to think about it. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That is actually the correct answer. Think about why you might find a beauty... I guess I'm going to read the text boxes. Think about why you might find beauty in a flower blooming on the side of the road, for example. Question why the sky is a different shade of blue than the ocean, or why the leaves change color. Ponder the windmills of Artisan and how they move. Contemplate the chilling bite of the waters of Cascarafa. I'm sure you will find every little detail of your lives will seem more vivid, more impactful, if you just take a moment to stop and think. I'm certain that if you stop and truly appreciate the little beauties of this world, it will help you pull through the days where your studies have you exhausted or when work has dampened your... do pardon me for waxing philosophical. You don't need to understand all of that now. Put it simply, it is true that one doesn't need art to survive, but it certainly makes surviving much more enjoyable. It is my hope that this class will add even a little bit of color to your life. And then he just said... That was actually a nice fast class. I gotta do this 3 more times! Because Hassel is boring as fuck. Like, actually really boring. Yes, art with Mr. Hassel. Oh god, I think this is the one where he brings in the fucking guy from the grass gym, right? Gracius. Hi, Penny. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. In our previous class, we discovered what beauty is, which might have been a little boring for you. But today, I thought I would mix things up a little to pique your interest in art. Allow me. Oh no, this is okay. Allow me to introduce our special guest, Gibble. This is Professor Gibble, the assistant lecturer for today. Now then, Professor Gibble, if you would be so kind as to terrestrialize for us. Brass. As some of you may already know, a Pokemon can terrestrialize if you use a Terra Orb. Normally, Professor Gibble would be of the Dragon type. Terrestrializing, it succeeded in changing its type. So class, what type is it? It is Grass type. Excellent. Full marks for you. These beautiful flowers blooming above Professor Gibble's head show that it has now become a grass type. Shape of the Terra Jewel above a Pokemon's head depends on the Pokemon's Terra type. Summarize: if an opponent's Pokemon terrestrializes during battle, observe a Pokemon's Terra Jewel closely to see which type it has become, and choose effective moves accordingly. It is my sincere hope that today's lecture will help you all achieve beautiful victory. This terrestrial phenomenon is indeed a fascinating and deep subject to discuss. That is it for today, class. Thank you, Professor Gibble, for your help. Part 3. Takes forever to load. That's about the only time-consuming thing about this class, really. Well, class, it is I, Hassel, yet again. I'm told that my previous lecture about the terrestrial phenomenon was very well received. Thank you all for your kind words. In fact, Miss Dendra specifically requested that I impart even more battle knowledge to my student. So I've decided that today we'll take another look at how a Pokemon can terrestrialize. Gibble, if you would. Here, of course, is Professor Gibble to help us. Base type. Ice type. Excellent. Full marks for you. The reason there's a snowflake shining above Professor Gibble's head is simple. It is now an ice type. Excuse me. And because Professor Gibble is currently the ice type moves will not be very effective against it. Keep in mind, usually it would deal quadruple damage to Gibble. Yep, because it's a ground dragon. Now here's some trivia about snowflakes. While snowflakes come in many different shapes and sizes, most are classified as hexagons. This little bit of tidbit information is actually kind of cool. Just think of it. Snowflakes fall from the sky, taking similar shapes without anyone saying they must. Do you not feel the great mystery of nature, the beautiful enigma we live? Off. This is a bit of a tangent, but Mr. Jock's glasses are also hexagonal, aren't they? I almost forgot to mention that you can change a Pokemon's Terra type at the Treasure Eatery located in Medalley. So I must say, the cook there is a little prickly. We'll need to get on her good side if you want her help. And next class is the... So yeah, about 20 minutes per class. There's like 6 classes, I think. So, this is going to be an hour-long episode, probably. Oh no, there's more. 7 classes. Ooh boy! This is going to be an hour and 20 minutes. I do hope you're all ready because it's time for your midterm exam. Focus and do your best. And begin. Terra Jewel. It is the grass type. There. It's Valley. There is the correct answer. Awesome, all 5 are correct. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I don't know if I should... I technically could just speed run for the classes. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this episode. I cover 2 classes. You get the premise of the classes. So, you know what basically I have to do. Now that you get the idea, I'm not gonna make any more videos on classes. I've decided. I covered the first 2 classes. So I'm not gonna do them again. Well, I covered 2 of the classes, but I'm not gonna do them again. You get the premise. You do classes. You get experience candies. You do an exam. Da 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 da. You get it. You get stuff. That's going to be it for this episode. 20 minutes is long enough. I'm not going, like I said, I'm not going to make another video on classes. Next episode, I will go, actually, what I'll do is, I will do one more video on classes, but it will be for the final exam. Not for, anything else, just for the final exam. That's the only time I'll do another class video. Oh. I will, however, do all of the, like, build a relationship with ex-teacher stuff. I'll make that its own video. There's only one teacher that really fucking matters, to be honest, and it's none of these guys. At all. It's the nurse. She's the only one that matters. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video here. I'm not gonna do another video on classes unless it's the exam. So thank you all so much for watching, and when I start recording again, these will all be done. So take care. Bye.